Hey everybody, it's Dan, your friendly fishmonger from dansfish.com, and today is Friday, so we're going to take you around and show you some fry, some baby little fishies. I've missed a couple weeks, been super busy, so we're going to see some massive growth on a few of these. So let's go take a look. Here we go. So down here we're going to start with the apistogrammas because they can be hidey. They can hide a lot, and I just saw them out. So hopefully we can find oh, there's one in front of the Java moss there on the bottom. So there's a couple little baby apistogrammas growing out. There's a couple spawns in here, and they're getting close to like 1/4 of an inch. They have a whole lot of like Java moss and wood and pipes, not to mention all these plants to hang out in. So I never see a whole lot of them at once, but I know they're in there. There's one. I know they're growing. I see them frequently. They have fat little bellies, so they're doing well. And their companions in here are all these threadfin rainbows, a lot of which are females. And the threadfins just have a tiny little mouth, so they don't bother them. And then there's a few half-beaks, but the half-beaks, even though they're predatory, their mouths aren't really big enough at this point to eat these little baby apistogrammas. And they also stay at the top while the apistos stay towards the bottom. So these are cockatoides, but these are F1 from wild cockatoides. So they aren't like double yellow, what is it, like orange flash or what, double red or triple red or any of those designer ones. These are just the good old-fashioned wild looking cockatoides. These are the F1 generation, so their parents were wild. So they're doing great. I love watching these guys grow up. Down here is the tank most people are going to want to see. Everyone keeps asking about these. There's two kinds of fish in here. There are these Peacock Gudgeons, which are growing up from little eggs that we've raised these from the eggs. And they're big enough that they're starting to get adult coloration. I think that's a male. Holy cow. I think I can sex that one. No way. See how the dorsal fin and the, am I on the right one? Yeah, the dorsal fin and the anal fin kind of extend pretty far down past the tail there, past the start of the tail. I think we got a male there. I can't believe that. Looks like he's got a little bump developing on his head too, which the males get. It's called a nuchal hump. And then here are the red-eyed red hyphen swordtails. That's what their mother was, or their mothers. This is a few different batches. And as you can see, some of them have short dorsal fins, but a lot of them, a good percentage of them, have high dorsals coming in. So they're looking good. Oh, here's one sexing out. Can I get you on camera? Where did you go? I saw a boy. Here he is. See him? So this is a boy right here. Whoop! He's got his little gonopodium there developing, which is the anal fin on the boys. For those that don't know, becomes a tube, basically like a penis more or less, to fertilize the females, whereas the ones that have a fan-shaped anal fin are immature, non-sexed fish or females. So they are starting to sex out a little bit. Those early maturing males will probably remove, because I want to wait for the secondary males, which are the big, bold, beautiful ones. Those are the genes that I want in my strain. So I might remove those, or I might leave them in, and then when the secondary males develop, then remove them. That'll work too. But let's see if we can get closer here so people can get a really good look. I know a lot of people have been waiting a long time for these. I stopped importing them just because the imports were really sketchy. sometimes they would come in and they would be hardy and strong and great. Sometimes they would come in and I would never sell them because they never recovered. And so they just weren't all that hardy. And so, yeah, now we're raising them locally here. So I hope to get a nice hardy local strain going so we don't have to deal with the imports. But yeah, if you're seeing this, you're seeing how many of them have high fins. I get that question a lot. A lot of them, a whole lot of them have high fins. And there's a couple like this one. Wait, where'd it go? There's so many of them. Well, you might have seen them, like that guy there. It's kind of a balloon looking fish. He's kind of stubby, those ones there. So I think there might have been some balloon genes in this too. Man, look at that. Look at that Peacock Gudgeon. That is a beautiful little fish. I'm proud to have raised that. So anyway, that's the tank that most people have been asking about. Let's go show you the angelfish, and then we'll show you also, I should show you this. These are the baby Endlers. They're really growing out. I've distributed them among several different tanks. They're growing out and looking really good. Angelfish. Let's come over here. There they are. A whole lot bigger than they used to be. Check them out. So what they're in there with are Cobra Endlers, so that'll give you an idea of their size compared to the Endlers. And there's some Chopre Danios in there too, and those are also called glow light Danios. Some tin winnies, some orange hatchets, just a hodgepodge of different Danios basically, but they're doing really well. So there's a lot of them are gold and a lot of them are gold marble, and I have no idea if the gold marble are gonna have any koi in them or not. From what I understand, koi is basically a specific kind of marbling. So the parents of these were a gold and a koi. So what I know we have are gold and gold marble. Not sure if any of the gold marbles are going to grow into koi or not, and it might be too early to tell at this point. There's one in here that's really taken off in size. Here it is. Look at that. That fish is a little over an inch from tip of the nose to tip of the tail, easy. Where'd he go? Anyway, oh yeah, there he is. So that's a nickel, probably nickel body size, more or less. I mean, I don't have a nickel here with me to tell for sure, but something like that. So that guy, every now and then there's a few in a batch that really take off. And I want to get the camera up close because then you get the black background and I disappear from the reflection. But they're all way up front on the front of the glass expecting to get fed, so I can't do that or you won't see them very well. But anyway, they're growing up. They're growing up strong, doing really well. Here are some more of the Endler babies, Santa Maria Endlers, and they're in there with a Congo Tetra grow out. So those are little Congo Tetras that I'm growing out. Look at the Santa Marias though. I mean, they really are breeding out super nicely. Oh, there's one in there that has a good tail. Where'd he go? I might have to look at him and see if he qualifies as broodstock. Some more Santa Maria Endlers. If I can get you on camera, there you are. So basically when I have empty tanks, I move Santa Marias over to them to keep them cycled and to, let them raise up and maybe breed a little bit more. I don't want all my eggs in one basket. Here's the double sword Santa Maria colony. So these females are all my line. But I found these males, they're Santa Maria double swords, they call them swallowtails, and so I'm breeding them into the line. What I don't like about these males is their color. Their pattern, or not their pattern, their finnage I really like. That tail is really good. But their color's no good. Like they don't have the bright orange belly that you'd want. There's a little hint of orange on it, but it's not a bright orange belly, and it doesn't run down the length of the fish like in my mind it should. So I'm crossing them in with my strain in this tank just to see if I can't develop a really nice Santa Marie that has great color and has that really nice, long, thick kind of double sword that these males have. So that's what's going on in there. Here's my main Santa Maria breeding colony. 3 of my top males, and then a whole bunch of females. So, yep, I have lots of tanks of them just so I don't accidentally lose the strain. Let's go look at some baby pistos. Actually, before we do that, everyone that's been waiting, here they are. Clown Killies, lots of them, doing great, rock solid. Will be ready in about a week. I mean, I'm almost comfortable selling them now just because of how robust this batch has been. I don't think I've lost any. Look at them go there. Oh, they're so pretty when they display like that. You know, a lot of people only get a pair of these or so, and that's fine, I get it. But if you can get a group of them, you're just gonna see a lot of activity. A big group of these is just an absolute delight. There's never a dull moment. The males are always displaying and sparring and trying to attract females. I don't know, they're great in groups. Okay, here's the babies that we're gonna look at. These are the last of the babies. You can see one over there on the silicone, I hope. It's a little baby Apistogramma cockatoides, a wild. So that's the second batch I got. So they're a lot smaller because they came a month or so later than the first batch. And there's more in here. They're hard to see though. They're really small. They kind of blend in with the mulm on the bottom. And as soon as the camera comes up, they all just hide in kind of that algae and stuff on the bottom of the tank. So let's see if we can. I mean, at the base of that algae pile in the back there, I see one. I see the bright orange belly that's full of brine shrimp. Let's see if we can zoom in and get a closer look at them. There we go. Oops, too much. Lost it. There we go. Now you can see them. Little baby Apistogramma cockatoides wild, just the second batch, so it's a younger batch. And there's only a few in here. It's not that it wasn't as big a batch, it's that I had to remove them and I couldn't find them all. I had to hatch these eggs artificially, and the first batch I did not. The parents raised the first batch. But these I hatched artificially, and trying to get you in closer. Anyway, there's, I don't know, maybe half a dozen to a dozen in there. So not the biggest batch. So that's kind of what's going on with the fry. Sorry it's been so long since I've given you an update. Folks have been asking. I've just been either on the road or just... for those that don't know, I'm planning an expansion of my business, a new facility and stuff, and that's just sucking a lot of my time away. But anyway, those are the fry. Happy Friday. Hope you enjoy them. Until next... Oh, I should do the whole please subscribe, please like, please share, please hit notification bells. All that schmazz that us YouTubers are always begging you to do. If you feel so inclined, it would be most appreciated. We're super close to 6,000 subs, so if we could get that, that would just make me super happy. Anyway, that aside, I hope you have a good one. We'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one. Bye-bye.